I use like one to fantasy football website, but as you see, we're not the best with computers and things that kind of off the way. The other one was kind of like a Subway, like a pizza. Again, I don't know anything about restaurants. So then we came to the idea that we're both in a portfolio last semester, and it was a 401k, mutual fund plan, and that kind of fit both of our backgrounds. We're both finance undergrads, master's degrees in finance, so it was just a logical fit for both of us. And basically, since finance investment, we did just the right in this last price.
Just like finance guys, that is classic. You guys just demonstrated your finance chops. You're ready for gold.
So, probably because of my finance background, I guess, a lot of my friends and family always ask me to help them figure out the allocation with the funds in their 401k. So, whenever I always get into the stock market, because there's always like big funds, pretty much every fund is lost to the market in 1, 5, 10, and then those stimulate the the reason that they do this is so that they can do it because of because they're going to pick and hold these so when I got this idea, I was looking at earlier in the year. I think from like 3% or you could get 5% funding over between 5% and 2%. So I was looking at that and we want to build more on the experience. So, crap access to that from ways that should be so, if you only have 2% difference in annual returns, and you just have 1% difference in annual returns, after 3 years, you have $500,000 difference in your form.
So here, how many of you have deferred compensation plans that you use? I just looked at Fidelity, and what I'm just curious about is I know this is a problem. Every financial manager that I talk to knows it's a problem because I go talk to them and they're like, you're the only person I know that like does any of this stuff right. Everyone's broke, everyone's sad. He spends his entire day at Fidelity dealing with people who are sad, who are not going to be able to retire, and they don't even know it. He's like, and his whole job is like trying to grab them by the lapels kindly and go, you don't have enough money to retire, and they're just like doing dumb stuff. So what I'm trying to divine is this a, you know this is a problem because you live it. Are you guys aware that this is a problem for you?
It was just a special in the PBS.
Okay, so this is generally, I'm just wondering, do people feel this pain or is it, or not? What's that? Okay, so I know I have a vague notion that it's painful, but I feel powerless to fix it because how am I supposed to fix this one? I got 8 crappy funds, and then I got this massive. Yeah, I was about to say something really bad, and it's not about front end; it's about the back end, and it's really bad. So, and it's like I'm losing $500,000 a year. Talk about that.
So are you saying that that's just a loss in the fees that's being charged?
So there's 2 ends to the problem. The first end is that all the funds in which they can choose are back to funds. They typically reduce the market every year, but they'll now get back to funds if they charge a lot. So our solution, there are several mechanical strategies that are consistently in the market. The 4-factor model is typically used in academic research. The 4 factors are small companies, big companies, value companies, drug companies, medium companies, and my company. And then the magic formula came out about 5 years ago. Basically, all the magic formula is higher price, lower price. That's all shocking. And then low price to sales is one of the best strategies. So these strategies don't require money. All you do is every year you turn So, not only do we beat the market, but we have no costs. So, the plan, our plan is to create several funds that follow these strategies. We haven't really come down with the funds that combine strategies, just one fund for each strategy. And then focus on defining contribution plan levels. Now, the problem is that it costs about $200,000 to use the funds. This is a lot of money.
So, that's not a problem, okay, but I understand what you're saying. The problem that I'm puzzled about is, if you will, I'm sure you'll explain.
Alright, so here's kind of our plan to get rid of those fees. And it's all about customer acquisition. A lot of times we have these fund managers, they go, these huge corporations like Goldman, sit around a big table, and they just try to outbid each other. And we're not really interested in that, huge corporation market. A lot of our companies get a huge amount of customers really quickly. So we kind of decided, well, what are companies that have a lot of outreaching figures into other companies? And it's private equity. So you can go to a private equity firm, fit it into their portfolio, and they have strong reaches into their companies that they're acquiring, companies that are looking for investments, things of that nature. So we want to get it into the private equity firms and use them kind of as our advertising almost to cut our costs. So as soon as we sign on with the firm, we give them probably just free access to the funds, because most PE firms are small, so that would be relatively minimal cost. And we go out into all their basically the whole portfolio we can offer to them at reasonable cost.
So replacing the other, right?
Yeah. And a lot of it, since they're more big market companies, they don't really have really challenging, really competitive 401k funds to begin with. So it's really not too extensive a market to do it.
So to make sure that, just so we can keep moving and make sure that I get it. So your target market is you want the HR manager, a small, mid-sized firm, to drop their current 401k setup and replace it with your mechanical magical setup.
Yeah, and then for them it would be no fees for the private equity firm. So it'd be a benefit to them and also benefit as a group.
So that's your market, and then your customer acquisition strategy is where can I find lots of small and mid-sized businesses?
Yes, small business.
I'm going to go talk to Ken Cole, I'm going to tell Ken to tell all of his portfolio firms about this super sweet mechanical magical device that will help them be more awesome. And those HR managers will then eschew the existing terrible thing and replace it with awesome.
Basically doing the customer acquisition kind of for us.
Okay. Good so far. Okay. Got that.
So for analogs, Vanguard is the index fund company. So they do a review, but they don't use the strategies. So they put all the money in the S&P 500. The S&P 500 is weighted by market cap. So, for instance, if you got Vanguard, you would pay a lot of fees. You would also be flat fees to the But the strategies that we use, because we focus on value companies and focus on big companies like that, they're up. You can be down markets, so they're down less. So that's how we think we can get there. And then analogs, it's a typical mutual fund family that you are price statements and value.
Using one sitting at that large table, trying to help with everyone and what's happening.
So experiment, it's really only find one candidate that I would actually talk to. So I talked to her and she actually had just figured out this problem recently. In the lowest cost plan she was able to switch to, still had her employees pay about 100% a year. And we're paying for it. So it's fairly obvious that they're in the market. So many problems
Okay, let's talk about this company briefly. So, Utah Technology Company, how many people?
we've got about 200 people.
Awesome. Who makes the decision to swap out the 401k stuff?
So it's like
That person is the only, that's the decision making I have some texture project for Florida. And they had me do like this kind of that approach to it, kind of top down approach. And then they have 30 companies in the portfolio. We want like about 40 employees. So it kind of shows how quickly you can get that by
And then, after we got this started with recap firms on the tracker, we track which funds receive the most assets under management, and then we kind of want to see if we can introduce more complicated strategies. We try to do it more than 1% still, or 1%. But we see the best. So we can make tools for that, and then obviously monitor the performance of that fund, constantly search for more strategies.
So what's your next steps?
So next step is obviously the numbers. So we have strategies related to where we know how to do it.
Mike, the mutual fund, is there issues with liquidity? I mean, you can't resell 100,000 shares of a small company rather than send it to the first because you can liquidate it. I mean, I know that some large companies have to use money low and sell it over time and block.
So, I mean, that could be a problem, but this that is probably would be good for us because we do have to pretty good. We have to trade it down. I think it's good.
So why do you think that smaller size employee benefit things charge 3 times the amount that larger companies do? So you have 2 classes, so you take the economics class. Why have the markets not cleared the price so far?
It seems like the reason why mutual funds cost so much is because you have to end it to make lower return. Is because you have to keep so much in cash so that every day, whenever people want to settle or trade, you've got to have an entire room of people settling trades all day long, trying to get people liquid that are trying to get in and out of the fund. And so doing that costs a lot of money.
Yes, I'm wondering about is there regulatory requirements? Is there some aspect of the business or the compliance requirements? Is there something that warrants essentially what we would perceive as high fees because they in fact are high fees?
So Vanguard charges so it's possible to run the fund. Vanguard started so and especially since we're focusing on people that are we can previously track when people are going on. So because you can only pull the money out after I think that can be as high.
What about like rollovers? People want to roll it. And that's what I do. By the way, this is a super interesting idea, and the reason that people are giving me feedback is because it's interesting enough that more otherwise you just slap and right? So, 2 things that are unclear to me. So I think the underlying strategy of targeting smaller medium-sized businesses seems interesting and worth pursuing, right? And you just have to persuade me that the HR manager is in fact the decision-making unit, and any day he or she can just wake up in the morning and go, damn, I'm going to swap out my 401k, right? And if that's true, super sweet, right? That becomes very easy to get to him or her and get that happen. You have a second level of persuasion for me, if you in fact find that the decision-making unit is the HR person, which is how smart is he or she? So I'm just trying to imagine this the HR human in a small to medium-sized firm, and you come in and like show like percentages and some math, and like my head almost explodes. Like,
so part of that is the reason we want to focus more on private equity.
important.
Because we can go to private equity
lot of those companies, they're just now getting started. They don't have established plans. Sure. So they're not going to be, I mean, it might be some more.
So if it's only focused, you should do that as we move forward. And it's probably really good. If you try to say, you want to be important, you might not be outside of this.
The decision-making, educating person, I don't know anything about establishing funds like that.
It would take, it's an expensive amount of capital to satisfy the
And I think that like, there's the rollover challenge that comes to mind, and the other challenge is the challenge I saw keenly in '08 when the Apple market fell over, and I was living in Santa Monica, and I was going to visit my little old guy there, and there was always some like twitchy person there who was like, oh, I need my money right now. And I'm like, I'm sorry, Mr. Smith, you know, you can't, this isn't like an ATM, you can't get your money out right now. I'm like, I got it right now. And they're like, if you take it out, it will lose 25%, and they still take it out because you need cash. And so I don't know how that would play out. But and then tertiarily and finally, for me personally, again, because you only have a few minutes, I'm yet to be persuaded because the three mechanical backdated strategies as potential funds. Your competitor seems to be Vanguard's 0.05. Your competitor is that. Or why I say that is there's only some fixed number of people who are actually thinking about this problem. I'm happen to be one of them, and like as a result, I'm comparing your backdated stuff with what I know. And so the other challenge will be how to deal with that. One of the ways you can solve that is by offering an index.
So there will be more than just three strategies. And one of the things we pursue, a lot of the index funds are really for our market. It's pretty stupid because small caps are all more so one of the ones that we want people to be just people ratings or label department. So we could have agencies like that that we would have to add our own to it.
So I think the three economic buyer is, the strengths of the idea are that the buyer is pretty clear, small to medium-sized companies, what's not known that needs to get known. So if someone were to ask you for $200,000 if you don't form this, what would you be doing?
I'd be wondering if you really get those small and size companies.
So your question specifically is, if you're in private equity, so I can do that a little bit right, because I was speaking up as a private equity guy. But I don't believe you that you can access. I don't believe that you know or convince yourself, and you certainly haven't convinced me that you have a reliable channel with your customer. Yeah. So that would be one of the first red flags for me. How do I know that you can get at these people and persuade them? First get at them, then persuade them. Other thoughts? Of course, right? Again, these are all nascent businesses, but again, probing this because this is like the last three businesses are all completely reasonable and very breakthrough and they're solving large problems. So we should give you the best of our knowledge here.
One of my concerns is that you mentioned that 4-step strategy for having being able to beat the market. Why aren't other investors doing that? I just read an article in the New York Times that talked about the hazards of confidence and how all these investment people really don't. There's no correlation between the things that the trades that are making. It's really just a shot in the dark. And so why are they following these steps to?
So it's a very economic question, which is like, if your strategies are so awesome, smart guy, why isn't every like hedge fund manager in New York City like either hiring you or eating your lunch and dinner?
So if you're a good, so if you can, on one hand, pick stocks and make something afterwards, and say, okay, all of our returns are going to come from how smart I am. Or would you just say, we're not going to do anything, we're just going to have this set strategy that we never change. basically strategy for stocks. If you go through the system school, you're working up library deal for the hours, you end up as a control. You think that put that secret sauce and you're able to keep them up there and run. It turns out like 4 people in the world. Okay? But everything's still close. So everything thinks that they're doing marketing.
I've just got another idea. If you do get this thing up and running, when you have your 4 or 5, strategic funds. I was just recently reading in Wall Street Journal about their study that they do, I guess on an annual basis, where they pick stocks with the darts. They just simply throw them at it or whatever. The kicker it hits, they buy it. You could start a fund having you as a dart as a fund, and it might all be on your best funds.
I would do football game about that. How many pages I collect one fund? I think only 2 people in the class. You do start one.
So I mean, that may be the thing. Just start a dartboard. Like literally, it sounds funny, but start a dartboard for 1K. Like, it does pretty well.
So another, one more thing that
But I'm just saying that you can actually beat that, and you really can. You know, the reason why I'm saying you can't beat these index funds, let's say you're talking to somebody that is a value strategy, would have to beat the value strategy index. It doesn't mean that you cannot beat the S&P 500 by playing the value index. Right? So, I mean, you could definitely win, and somebody should be out there telling these guys how to do it. You're correct. And that's for sure.
So, final thought, which really reflects my own biases as a student entrepreneur, in relation to private equities. So, I'm usually making tons more revenue, about to scale and hire, and I know that I need a 401k, and I don't. And if you could provide me a startup, like as a software, a service model, right, where you're, what I'm trying to say is, you might have a very interesting set of investment strategies, but those investment strategies, I invite you to consider. So I invite you to consider those investment strategies are not going to be terribly persuasive to human beings, because human beings are human beings. And so, therefore, this marketing issue is interesting, and the channel to customer question is interesting, where you're solving a problem called small business 401k work, and you have to have as a part of your solution that we eschew, I'm making this up. We eschew because it's cheaper, so we can make the startup. Right? We want to help you to be the cheapest, leanest startup HR situation possible. In order to do that, there's really 2 solutions. There's passively managed indices funds that we know about, and then there's these cool magic, cool guy things that we know about. And we offer both of them, and you can do some stuff with them, and we administer that all online. You just give us your wallet. That might be a really interesting place where you can nestle some of these portfolio strategies.
You guys looked at Financial Agents? FinancialAgents.com? Just might want to check it out. They provide some kind of what Rob described.
And that may help your customer acquisition challenge. So this is super cool. I'm glad you guys are here, and I'm glad you're drawing on your own life experience and drawing on your own sense of what's kind of broken inside the retirement industry, trying to figure out how to solve it. If you can solve it programmatically, and you can figure out, and this is going to be an integration of raw finance, like what you guys know about academics, and behavioral side of behavioral finance. Like there's if you were able to speak to an HR manager about nudging people to make great financial decisions as possible. So I live this problem every day, because I see the aggregate numbers for startups. When we employ startups, always the people complain about not having HR plans or retirement plans. So we install them, right? And then no one uses them. Everyone basically doesn't do tax deferred stuff, or only does the minimum, or doesn't do enough for the match. And I get the report every quarter, and I'm like, oh my God, everyone is going to be broke, and I'm going to have to pay for them when I get older. This sucks, right? So if you can solve that problem, that's a huge problem. So, thanks for this.
Penny sauce left. Oh, startups want this back, right? Because we live this problem. This problem is getting live at the HR level. It's super yeah, it's so funny. So how many registrations do you have for the architect? I'm going, by the way. I got to take the date. Who else is? What do you think of my ideas about, like, if you were to do one that had someone talking how to do